a leader of this team. Like the captain of a boat.
Okay. So Juana claims that the philosophy may be best done in the kitchen. What arguments does she offer to support her claims about women's education and rational ability?
Well, like about the kitchen? No, I'm just kidding. No. Okay, let me see.
Well, I didn't really understand what she was saying.
Yeah, because I
whole
don't think
thing.
that's like anything. Or maybe it's-
Because all I got from that reading was the whole men and women
Uh-huh.
education thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I got. What about the men and women?
Yeah.
She was saying that like she's sexist. She kind of sounds sexist because she says that. Remember when she was talking about like that the reason why fathers like allow men to teach their daughters is because that there's not enough not old but like educated women, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was saying that it's dangerous.
It is dangerous.
How is that dangerous?
You as a father.
You have professors that are men.
But not in the room back then. You were teaching them in the room when the closed doors just between him and.
Okay, well that you have that in high school.
No. How do you have that in high school?
You have it in high school. Like you have a male teacher.
But you're not alone with them 24/7.
They're not alone with them 24/7.
Just trying to get my point across.
Okay.
But it
Right,
is because you
But
never see
I
those
don't
old
think it,
movies?
okay, I see your point, but I don't think it's dangerous.
Okay, please, come on.
I mean,
You as
is it
a
like
male.
a priest or what? It's like a priest, right?
No, it's just a regular.
But aren't these chicks nuns? They're nuns.
Yeah, she is. That's true.
That's
Sor
true.
Sores, Sor Juana, nun.
But isn't she talking about the women's education in general though?
No, yeah, she's saying that like further like to add that the men put their daughters in that situation of like feeling uncomfortable because there's not enough educated women. So therefore, like how that other one was saying is like it was actually the guy. Did you notice?
No.
If you look it up, I'll tell you right now. Anyways, she was saying that because in the first letter, if you read the first part, you know how she was saying that women shouldn't be educated.
Yeah.
In the second part, you agree, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then she's saying that she's proving a point that women should be educated. And she gives like that reason, she gives it because of that, because it's dangerous. And if you looked it up, what actually happened is that it's a bishop signed off as a fellow nun and sent it to her. So when she replied to that fellow nun, she replied to the bishop. And the bishop published that letter.
Oh, really?
He tricked her.
He always looks up things, I swear.
No, yeah. That's what I got from it.
You know what? And like what I put as an answer was that I don't know if you guys remember that part where she says that like when a woman's hair grows too long, it stunts your growth. So she's actually comparing. Supposedly that's a myth that tries to like I guess just say that because her hair is growing long, she's becoming slower, so she has to cut her hair.
Oh yeah.
So I see that as her actually being like trying to say like she's like not like a man, but she's trying to take the position of a man. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
By cutting her hair, and supposedly because that makes them smarter.
And then also like what she even like pointed out that some guy saint wrote a letter to another saint. Saying that
Augustine?
remember? Yeah. Saint
Augustine.
Augustine and who's that other guy? John?
I know she mentioned Aristotle and Augustine a lot.
Yeah. And actually saying that what she said in that is that the proper teacher of the daughter should be none other than her mother. Remember, it was a little bit before like what I had said.
Oh, okay.
So arguments that she offered to support her claims about women's education. And those are the arguments, right? We just said the
Yeah.
arguments.
I think like the whole about the woman's role.
Oh,
Yeah.
I kind of see it as that,
Yeah,
isn't it?
because like also, I mean, I'm guessing she's saying that. What is she saying that? Philosophy can be made best in the kitchen. I mean, like stereotypes, like who's supposed to do the cooking?
Yeah.
Mhm.
The woman. So I guess she's saying that philosophy can be best made in the kitchen. Saying that, what she's trying to say abstractly is that women are the best philosophers. Seeing how because they are in the kitchen, you know.
Yeah, I saw that too, and then like kitchen, like right away, I thought okay, you have to cook and you have to clean, obviously. So that's what I thought about that.
Okay, I'll read it. En la conciencia de la mestiza, how does the issue of nepantalism affect la mestiza? How is it reflected in the writings of Sor Juana? Is the conflict solely a gender race issue, or is it more analyze the question carefully and provide concrete examples from both sets of readings to support your answer? Okay. Nepantilism was torn between two ways, right?
Yeah, I looked it up. It's an Aztec word.
And what is la mestiza? Remember mestizos are a mixture of Spanish with the Indians, right?
Yeah.
And then that's how you get basically that's how you get Mexicans, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because that's who we are. We're a mixture of like the, I guess, Aztecs and the Spanish, you know?
Yeah.
And I guess what you're saying, that torn between two ways. I think that in this one, it's torn between two ways, like of race. Because like if you look at it like this, like Mexican Americans, like, you know how we have Mexican culture and American culture?
Mm-hmm.
Like we like burritos, but we also like hamburgers, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And also with like a woman and a female, but I'll get to that later. Like, you know how like it's easier, like, I think like if you're one race. Okay, remember how a while back, like in the 60s, how the black people hated the whites, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the black people, you were hated by the whites, right? And the black people hated the whites. And that's only one hating you. But let's say you were both. Well, you're going to have white people hating you because you're half black.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have black people hating you because you're half white. You know, so like that makes it harder because you're not only hated by one or the other, you're hated by both. And it's like that thing like in Selena, you know, when the dad says we have to be more Mexican than the Mexican and more Americans than the Americans. Like that's basically what it is.
Oh my god, I can't believe you just quoted Selena.
No, I know. No, it's because like it's harder for us, and I mean especially like if you're a girl, because of that thing of machismo, that the guy wants to be like, you know, like the top one, like he's the leader of the family and whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
An example of that, like in my answer, my brother got married with a Guatemalan.
Mm-hmm.
My brother is kind of those guys that is kind of like, you know, I'm the guy in the house.
Oh my god. Okay.
Well, just a little bit, not anymore because he's like kind of changed.
Yeah.
But like it's just that whole mixing, and they're even like different religions. So it's like they kind of have to like cope with each other, and sometimes my brother wants to like demand like, oh no, if we go to church, it has to be to a Catholic church because she's Christian.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like sometimes he wants to overrule. And
that relates to that other story, remember, about Sor Juana, about the machismo. Because like, weren't they like saying that women couldn't teach because they weren't as smart, right?
That goes into the second part, the gender part, not the race.
That's why.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like in the first one, it was just about just gender, right? And that's what like the machismo is, because like it's the man and the woman, right? And that's how it relates to the other one, because in the first one of Sor Juana, what was she saying that about like Aristotle, that I might not, even though I study more than him, I might never be as smart, you know?
Doesn't she also give an example of how they told her not to stay silent and that benefit them? Because whenever they stay silent, it gave them more time to read and learn more things. She used something like that.
I don't know. I just remember the part that she said that some guy said women should learn in silence.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, maybe basically like you could learn, but just don't talk about it. And that's what it was saying, like, right? That's why, like, that the women couldn't preach. I mean, I guess it's because, like, they don't have what it takes to preach.
Okay.
You know, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that. I mean, that's what I got. That's why, like, they wouldn't preach. And, I mean, I guess that's why they saw it, because wasn't she saying, like, that they see the woman as, they shouldn't learn?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, basically, like, you're saying, well, you shouldn't learn because, I mean, you're never going to be as smart as me.
Yeah, they had the women in the submissive role.
And that they couldn't preach because they didn't have what it takes, you know? And I mean, I guess that's what it means with like machismo, like, oh, I'm gonna work, you're gonna stay home and cook for me. I mean, because like you don't have what it takes to go out there and work and bring home the bacon.
Mm-hmm.